Come on, look at these then, buddy. We'll talk through this setup, okay? So, as we said, going through this now sort of evolution, should we say, of setup. This is your sort of setup before. We're very sort of locked with it. You see the shoulders kind of like up by your head there, okay? Very cramped and quite tense and tight. A bit too much knee flex for me there in terms of that setup, okay? And looking very sort of locked there with the swing. So your back swing now is a little bit shorter, and the club is getting very sort of behind you, which in that position, the club sort of aiming way out here with your left arm, just causing that club to come way on the inside, okay? Then you sort of made a change there. Now we sort of a bit more relaxed, but the distance from that ball was still, for me, a little bit too much. The arms aren't quite hanging down from the shoulders as much. It's still almost a straightish line there as you had before. This one here is massively improved. Now, it felt to you huge changes. They ain't the biggest change in the world when you actually look at them sort of side by side. When you're there, you've gone from being sort of up here to I'm down here somewhere, yeah? So you're kind of doing it with straight legs to start with, getting yourself over the ball with your posture so your arms hang down. Once you've got that, then you'll just see your knee just need to flex a little bit. You don't need to bend so much. I mean, you don't need a lot of this knee bend here to get down to the golf ball, okay? Once you've got that sort of soft legs and the arms in a better position, now when you swing the club back, that there's not too bad. It's a good takeaway here. Arms up nice and high. Could they go a little bit higher? A little bit, but not too much, okay? The thing we're going to start working towards the end of the session there now is the arms. They came back down. They were coming a little bit sort of stuck behind you. You can see as the club's coming at the golf ball here now, that's roughly the club head. The arms very much sort of tucked into your body. So when you had no space, you can see now where, oh God, I got no space for my arms to swing. So I've got to try and find the space. And that's where the ball then starts off to the right there. And you get that kind of shape of that draw. When you time it well and you've got a bit more space there to swing here and you get your own way and the club comes around the corner, it's a nice shot. But if you get a little bit stiff and a bit rigid and the club gets kind of stuck here, it's only one direction. Exactly, nowhere to go. So it is going to be more probably looking to the next lesson. So I would say for you in terms of practice this setup so you can kind of get into this position every single time. The club's not flat on the ground, slightly toed up a little bit, okay? But the arms are hanging down. There's less flex in the knees there. So get that so that becomes how you stand to the ball. And you suddenly feel that actually this gap from the legs is more than enough, okay? Then you make swings now where your arms feel as they go a lot higher in the backswing up over your right shoulder. So your arms at this point a bit more higher over here rather than too far behind. So getting a bit like when I said you throw that stick. Naturally, when I said swing that stick with one arm, Andrew, your club, you sort of went... you went up here. Yeah, you turn your torso as you did, and your arm went up here somewhere, and that gave you the speed that you had. Yeah, you get a little bit flat behind you, okay? And then once you've kind of dialed that in, I think you can do some practice swings, put a head cover kind of on the inside there. Probably not with a 5-iron, if I'm being honest, but try like a 9 or a wedge to get the feeling of that club missing the head cover, coming a bit more effectively over the top, yeah? And the club is swinging more to the left there as you hit the golf ball, okay? Rather than coming too far from this way and just shoving it way out to the right, okay?
The reverse of doing over the top.
Yeah, basically, yeah. You do the club going too far underneath. Yeah.
Just get short of the club and just...
Yeah, but I would do it with a small... Yeah, do that as your warm-up. Put your first... I mean, you have 30 balls, you say. The first 10 shots, put the head cover there or the basket there.
Like a pitching wedge. Just to get... Feels... It's just getting that motion of... I suppose for me, it's like, say, I'm hitting.
You've always... And I think a lot of that stemmed from you trying to move your hips and fire... And what happened? You got to the top of your backswing, try to fire your hips and did this, and now where's the club going to come from?
As opposed to being the club.
As opposed to the body moving and the club getting a bit more in front of you, as you call it. If your club starts here in front of you, Andrew, the club here, as I turn back, it's in front of me. As I come back down, it's in front of me. Round here, you get too far behind you, it's like, look.
The arms are catching up with the voice, and then see you.
Yeah. Okay, buddy? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Good man, well done, buddy.